I wish you knew that the highest form of love to me is consideration. Not just love that is felt. Love that is shown in awareness, love that notices, love that thinks ahead, love that pauses and asks, even silently, how will this affect her? Because what I long for is not perfection. It is not mind reading. It is not grand gestures. It is the feeling that I am being held in mind. I wish you knew that sometimes the most painful part is not even what happened. It is the fact that I had to ask. I had to ask for softness. I had to ask for help. I had to ask for honesty. I had to ask for thoughtfulness. I had to ask not to be spoken to in a way that hurts me. I had to ask to be considered. And after a while, that does something to the heart. Because I do not want to feel like care only appears after I have explained, justified, softened, repeated, and carried my pain all the way to your feet. I wish you knew that when I say I want to feel loved, what I often mean is that I want to feel considered. I want to feel that you are aware of me, aware of my heart, aware of my effort, aware of my sensitivity, aware that your words, your tone, your timing, your actions, and your absences all have weight. I wish you knew that validation means more to me than winning the argument. Sometimes I do not need a defense. I do not need a correction. I do not need an explanation before I have even been understood. Sometimes what I need most is for you to say, I can see why that hurt you. I understand why you feel that way. That makes sense. I may not have meant it, but I can see the impact it had. Because when you validate me, I do not feel alone in my pain. I feel met. I feel emotionally safe. I feel like I am not fighting to prove that my inner world is real. I wish you knew that being understood calms me more than being reassured. Words of love matter. But when I am hurting, what reaches me most deeply is not always, I love you. It is, I see you. I hear what this did to you. I am not going to argue with your hurt. I care more about understanding you than defending myself. That kind of love reaches places flowers and compliments never can. I wish you knew that when you become defensive too quickly, it makes me feel even more alone. Because now I am not only carrying the original hurt, I am also carrying the weight of trying to present it in a way that will not make you shut down, argue back, explain it away, or make it about your intentions. And that is exhausting. It is exhausting to bring pain gently and still be met with resistance. It is exhausting to have to make my wound easier for you to look at before I can receive care. It is exhausting to feel that your first instinct is to protect yourself from my feelings instead of meeting me inside them. I wish you knew that owning your part would not make me love you less. It would make me trust you more. There is something so deeply healing in hearing, you're right, I did that. That was unfair. I can see how I hurt you. That is on me. I want to do better. No deflecting. No turning it back on me. No listing all the ways you were right. No making me feel too sensitive for being affected. Just honesty. Just responsibility. Just care. I wish you knew that accountability is not an attack on your character. It is not me saying you are all bad. It is not me rejecting you. It is not me trying to shame you. It is me inviting you into deeper love, into more truth, into a kind of intimacy where we do not have to hide behind pride to stay connected. Because love cannot deepen where ego is always in charge. I wish you knew that I should not have to reach my breaking point for you to take my feelings seriously. I should not have to cry for you to become gentle. I should not have to withdraw for you to notice something is wrong. I should not have to repeat myself so many times that my pain turns into resentment. I want to feel that your care is present before the damage becomes deep, that your love is awake, that your awareness is alive, that I do not have to fall apart to be treated tenderly. I wish you knew that when I repeat myself, it is often not because I want to fight. It is because something in me still does not feel heard. What looks like repetition is often hurt. What sounds like nagging is often grief. Grief that I have tried to explain something important, and it still has not landed. Grief that I am carrying so much of the emotional awareness alone. Grief that something that matters deeply to me seems to barely register for you. I wish you knew that I do not want to teach basic care over and over. I know relationships require communication. I know no one gets everything right all the time. I know we are both human. But there is a difference between learning each other and being repeatedly disregarded. There is a difference between misunderstanding and lack of consideration. There is a difference between imperfection and carelessness. And what hurts is not that you are human. What hurts is when my heart feels optional in the way you move. I wish you knew that change means more to me than apologies. Apologies matter. Words matter. But change behavior is what makes me feel safe again. If something hurts me, I do not just want you to feel bad about it. I want you to become aware of it. I want you to reflect on it. I want you to care enough to change it. Because real love does not say, this is just how I am. Real love says, if this hurts you, I want to look at it. If this harms us, I want to work on it. If this keeps happening, I do not want to ignore it. I wish you knew that taking responsibility is one of the most attractive things you could do. Not because I expect perfection, but because self-awareness is safety. Humility is safety. Repair is safety. A man who can hear hard things without collapsing, deflecting, or blaming is emotionally safe. And emotional safety is where love becomes deeper than attraction. It becomes trust. It becomes rest. It becomes home. I wish you knew that I do not need you to be flawless. I need you to be honest. I need you to be thoughtful. I need you to care about impact, not just intention. I need you to understand that love is not only about what you feel for me in your heart. It is also about how your behavior lives in my body. Because words can be forgotten, but the body remembers how it was treated. It remembers whether it felt safe. It remembers whether it had to brace. It remembers whether love felt like peace or like work. And I wish you knew that the deepest kind of love is not just adoration. It is consideration. It is validation. It is accountability. It is being careful with what is tender in me. It is noticing what matters without always being told. It is being able to say without pride getting in the way, I see it now. You were right to bring this to me. I want to love you better. That is the kind of love that stays soft. That is the kind of love that matures. That is the kind of love that makes a woman feel truly met. And maybe more than anything, I wish you knew this. I do not want to fight you to be understood. I do not want to beg for emotional care. I do not want to keep translating my pain until it becomes convenient enough for you to hold. I want to feel that you notice. I want to feel that you care. I want to feel that when something hurts me, you come closer in truth, not farther away in defense. I want to feel loved in the way love feels highest to me, through consideration.